Will India retaliate in kind against Pakistan for the savagely murder of 27 innocent tourists at Pahalgam in Kashmir by a Pakistan based terrorist organization Lashkar-e-Taiba a couple of days ago? This question is being asked by millions of people. There are people who are apprehensive that there will be a comprehensive, full fledged war between India and Pakistan. Some people cite the example of 2019 Pulwama terrorist attack, in which a Pakistan based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed killed around 40 soldiers or policemen of India's CRPF. So, will it be a surgical strike like that this time, or will India hold an all out attack? Before answering this question convincingly, we have to factor in certain issues. The first question is, does India have a technical superiority over Pakistan? I mean, does Indian Air Force have got superior striking capabilities when compared with Pakistan Air Force? Then what about our artillery? What about our rocket force? Then does India's economy strong enough to support the country in a long drawn war against Pakistan? These questions need to be analyzed to get a convincing answer. Let's try to do a fair and impartial analysis. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. So let's start with the question on whether Indian Air Force has got a superiority over Pakistan. And let's compare the situation of 2019 with the situation at present. In 2019, during the retaliatory strike, India lost an aircraft. You know, India's one of the MiG-21 aircrafts was shot at by Pakistan in 2019. That was actually a kind of shame for India. So, why did that happen? Because at that time Pakistan had superior, or Pakistan Air Force had superior air-to-air missile named AMRAAM. The AMRAAM air-to-air missile has got a range of 90 to 110 kilometers. At that time, India didn't possess anything like that. India's air-to-air missile there, which was supplied by Russia, had a maximum range of around 60 kilometers. I think the sure range of that missile was around 40 kilometers. So India had nothing to match AMRA. It was just because of that Pakistan was able to bring down one of the Indian aircrafts. So that was the situation then. But that situation has changed at present. Now India has got a 36 Rafale fighter jets, a 4.5 generation fighter jet bought from France. And the USP of the Rafale is it has got Meteor missiles, which are, among the, or if not the missile with longest, air-to-air missile with the longest range. It has got a range of over 160 kilometers. Some say it has got a range of 300 kilometers. Anyway, that depends on head-on mode or chase mode, whatever it is. But we can safely assume that it has got a range of over 150 kilometers. So that is going to be an advantage for the Indian Air Force. So this is one important factor. The second aspect is, now India has got the locally made Astra air-to-air missile. Astra missile, it has got a range of 90 to 120 kilometers. So definitely Indian Air Force is not the same as it was in 2019. So it is more than a match for Pakistan. At the same time, you need to remember that Pakistan Air Force has got J-20 Chengdu, then J-35 fighter jets from China. The J-35 fighter jet is said to possess stealth qualities and is said to be a fifth generation fighter jet. So you cannot write off Pakistan Air Force, but at the same time, now definitely India has got the air-to-air missiles, and in a long-range combat, definitely India holds an advantage. So this is the situation, and India's Sukhoi aircrafts have been uh, refurbished with uh, ASA radars. So definitely Indian Air Force has got uh, a fair degree of superiority over Pakistan Air Force at present. But as I said earlier, it all depends on tactical brilliance or operational brilliance. So the question is whether India has got that. This is the first question. Then when it comes to artillery force, India definitely has an advantage. India's howitzers, like the locally made Dhanush, then the Vajra howitzer, which uses South Korean technology, then the ATAGS towed artillery gun, which is also locally made. They are all more than a match for Pakistan artillery. So definitely it has got very good range. It has got, I mean, the ATAGS has got a range of around 50 kilometers, and Dhanush is also has got a range of over 45 kilometers. So these are all, I am sure that this artillery wing is going to help India to a great deal, no doubt about that. When it comes to rocket force, India's Pinaga rocket system is among the best in the world at present. Of course, Pakistan has got Chinese rocket systems, and but what I mean is that India has got locally made. You have got the ammunition, locally made ammunition. So a country with a locally made, multiple rocket launchers definitely holds an advantage. And Pinaga has got guided rockets also. Some of the Pinaga rockets have, I mean, the new generation Pinaga NG has got a range of around 90 kilometers. So this is going to give very good advantage to India, no doubt about that. Now let's think about drone force. This is one of the weapons which has now become one of the mainstay of modern warfare. But unfortunately, on this front, India lags behind Pakistan. Pakistan, has got drones like Bayraktar or Akinci, which are supplied by Turkey. So definitely, India doesn't have that modern, that state of the art drones with us. Of course, we have got Predator drones supplied by the US, but not all the Predator drones have arrived in India, and it will take many more years for the US to complete the supply. So this is an area where I think Pakistan has got definitely an advantage. But when it comes to coordinating, India has got its own satellite systems, and that are going to help India give a correct picture of the coordinates of where the military headquarters or the movement of the military. That I think on all those fronts India has got an advantage. So definitely India holds an advantage, but at the same time we need to remember that Pakistan army is not Hamas. There are people, extreme nationalists, who compare Hamas Israel war and urge India to jump into the war like what Israel did. I think that's a foolish advice. Because Pakistan is a country, Hamas is a terror organization. There is difference. You cannot compare a country, resources of a country with the resources of a terrorist group. It's sure that I know that Hamas has been ruling part of Palestine territory. But at the same time, you cannot compare them with Pakistan. Pakistan is a country which has got huge experience in conducting war. Then they have got all the modern weaponry supplied by the Western countries. A large quantity of arms and ammunition were left in Afghanistan earlier when the US forces vacated. And many reports say that a good quantity of those ammunition and arms have reached Pakistan. We cannot dismiss that. So Pakistan has got, for example, when it comes to rifles, Pakistan army has got modern rifles. Even the terror groups from Pakistan have got that. So you cannot compare Hamas with Pakistan. They are two different entities. But at the same time, I am sure that if the war prolongs, definitely Pakistan is going to take the hit. Already India has taken retaliatory steps like, keeping the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance, then cutting the diplomatic relation, downsizing the diplomatic relations, strength of the diplomatic teams, then on many front completely uh, stopping the movement of people and goods between both the countries. Definitely, Pakistan already has taken the first hit. But when it comes to a real war, there are many other things which needed to be taken into consideration. I am sure that even the negotiating skills, even the capacity of India to bear the pressure of the world or other countries which are going to intervene in the if a war happens, we need to take into consideration all those aspects. I'm sure that if this time a retaliatory strike happens, that is not going to be like the one that happened in 2019. I won't compare the Balakot strike with a strike against Pakistan if that happens now. So definitely this time India is going to will go for some permanent gains, like India needs to control the Hajipur pass if India wants to prevent the infiltration. So I am sure that this time if India goes for a strike, India will go for some permanent gains that will eventually help India to control the infiltration of terrorists from Pakistan occupied Kashmir into India. And I won't be surprised if India will try to gain control of at least a few kilometers of POK. So this is going to be the situation. If a war happens, everybody will have to suffer. But who is going to suffer the most? Definitely it is going to be Pakistan. And Pakistan has already suffered. Pakistan was actually getting more water than it was eligible earlier. But now definitely India is going to control that. And in a few years, I am sure that Pakistan is going to be severely hit by the reduction of flow of water through Indus into Pakistan. And I am sure that no country in the world will be able to pressurize or quote India to grant what Pakistan demands. So let's see how situation is going to change, how the realities are going to impact. I will meet you with updates in the coming days. Till then, goodbye.